Hey everyone, Blockchain Bernie here with my latest episode, and this one is about the difference between validator nodes and storage nodes. So what does that all mean? You might have heard of storage chains like Filecoin, SCP, all the others, but you've also heard of validator nodes. You can run a validator node in Ethereum, in Avalanche, in ICP, in Solana, in all these type of things, right? But what is the difference? So, I have my own startup. It's called Zandium, Zandium.com. Look it up in the description. We are building a public smart contract platform, aka an L1 and layer 1 smart contract platform with a scalable storage layer. So we're kind of the first public blockchain there that has it both. It has validators that need to validate the smart contracts and what's going on that chain. But then we also offer scalable storage through storage provider nodes. So that means the Zandium blockchain will have probably, when it's all there, like a few thousand validator nodes. Right now in our DevNet, we already have about 50. I'm super proud about that. And the decentralization will go on. And then once we reach mainnet, at some point, we'll likely have a few thousand validators as all the other L1s as well. And on top of that, we have storage provider nodes. And those storage provider nodes, they don't need to know everything about the blockchain. Because when we store data, right, when we store a lot of data, like gigabytes, terabytes, exabytes of data, we don't want that data to get stored on each and every validator. That validator's main task is validating the actual smart contracts. And what the storage provider actually does and why it is lighter than that, I'm diving into that right now. So please watch it all to the end. But if you haven't done so, please give me that like button and subscribe to my channel, because there will be lots of exciting things about anything blockchain on my Blockchain Bernie channel. So also hit that notification bell not to miss anything. So with the storage providers, it's a different story, because when people build decentralized apps on top of our Zandium chain, they can pick a number of redundant storage providers that they want to store their data on. It could be like 7, or it could be like 23 storage provider nodes where we want our storage, our data to be stored on, right? And none of these storage providers knows what's in your data. The data gets all sliced. We have erasure codes to make sure we have the redundancy and all these type of things. And we have the validator nodes that actually make sure that the storage provider nodes do the job that they are supposed to do. So that means the validator node is sending the storage provider node some challenges from time to time, right? And we are going to be sending these challenges each and every Solana slot, right? Solana has a slot time of 400 milliseconds. So they have like 2.5 slots each and every second. And normally in each slot, there is a block being produced, right? So Solana is a very, very fast chain, very, very performant and scalable chain. And we are using the Solana code base. We have forked that code base and we are adding that storage layer so that for those guys that build Web3 apps on top of our chain, they have a scalable storage layer that they can use. And it's not scalable in today's smart contract chains because it costs literally millions, billions of dollars to store any meaningful amount of data there. So you can only store like a kilobyte or so on Solana, and even a kilobyte on Ethereum will be super, super expensive. But with our scalable storage layer, we have millions and millions of storage providers all over the world once we go live. And that can be done on cheap consumer devices, and you can basically use your spare disk space And that has been pioneered by other, storage only chains, right? I've mentioned Filecoin, the others. Many people know Arweave. It's a sort of storage, but it's kind of write only, right? Because it's archival. You cannot read it back. But if we build Web3 apps, we need, read, write, overwrite, update, everything, right? So that's what's all being possible with our Zandium chain that we're building. And super excited, by the way, to be building that. I think the world needs it. We want to have real Web3 and real decentralized Web3 apps that challenge some of the Web2 apps that we have out there right now. And in order to get that decentralization, we need the scalable storage layer. So the storage provider nodes, and we already have our validator nodes in our DevNet, in our Zandium DevNet. And the next step, super exciting, is to have a DevNet also for the storage provider nodes, so that we can build step by step the software to add our scalable storage layer to the Zandium code base, which is based on the Solana code base. Yeah, and that's the difference between a validator node and a storage provider node. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. If you did, don't forget to give me that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and catch you later.